Okay, I'm back here with the 1990 Chrysler Imperial, and we have a few rust issues. Now there's hardly, the car looks horrible because it was sitting under a tree, but we can see here a little pile of rust. And look, Ma, no floor. Now these cars they typically rust around the emergency brake cable, but I've never seen it like it rusted right to the seam and that's it. The rest of the metal is still solid and nothing wrong with it right here. So that should be a fairly easy patch. The biggest problem is going to be getting the emergency brake cable back in, but it should be, so I should be able to remove the cable from the pedal there, and it shouldn't be that difficult to repair that. Now the other side is where we had another interesting problem. This side also has some rust through right here. Not nearly as bad, but this side looks like it was banged in or hit or something. Somehow the whole floor is like pushed up. But this entire side was soaking wet. And you can still see some water puddled on the floor there. And I'm not sure how that happened, because the carpet itself was dry. So this is the underpad that was, and this is the passenger side. You can see totally soaked. And I'm not sure if the water was somehow getting in under here through the air inlet for the heater or what happened. But that's something I'm going to have to look at. But this side won't be as difficult to fix as the driver's side, and really both sides should be fairly simple to repair since it is just a small spot and it's cleanly, like I'm gonna have to pull that pad up and see how far up it's rusted, but it's cleanly to the seam right here on the rocker panel, and to here on the main frame rail, and to the floorboard right here. So it won't be too much of a problem to fix, to get a piece of heavy gauge sheet metal and bend it and form it to fit. Grind this down, tack weld it in place, and seal it underneath and on top with undercoating, and that should pretty much fix it. And depending on how bad the other side is, probably do something similar with that. And if we look underneath here, we can see that right here, it's, flashlight keeps moving, but right here it's still the other piece of metal overlapped to here, and that piece of metal's completely gone, and my flashlight's just died. There, night shot. You can get a little bit there. But, and here's on the front. Now the car was undercoated before, so what I think happened was the undercoating got chipped and it started to rust, and it just rusted out that section of metal. So we'll get working on that in the next couple weeks and see what we can do with that. Now I still have to replace the alternator on this, but when that was actually what I was going to do today until I found this problem. So here we have it, 1990 Chrysler Imperial floorboard problems.